If you're looking to buy or sell a home in New Jersey, contact our Coldwell Banker office in Wayne at 973-694-8000 or call Tim direct at 973-865-0249. You can also visit his website at www.homesinwaynenj.com. Tim's promise to you and your family is to provide you with exceptional real estate service while always working to exceed your expectations. And remember, at Coldwell Banker, we never stop moving. Are you an expert in your field?
Do you want your voice to be heard?
Maybe you have a great idea for a show but don't know how to do it.
Well, we can make it happen.
Email the New Jersey Podcast Guys at njpodcastguys@gmail.com. Welcome to the New Jersey Real Estate Show. Now, here are your hosts, Tim Waller and Matt Josephs.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the New Jersey Real Estate Show. I'm Tim Waller, your host, and sitting to my immediate left is my co-host, Matt Josephs.
How you doing, Timmy?
I'm doing wonderful. Matt is also known to many as the voice of reason.
Yes.
Matt, we have a very interesting show lined up for our listeners today.
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to be discussing why it's important for individuals to have and maintain a good credit rating. For those of you who currently have bad or sick credit, our guests for this episode just may be able to help you, and there's a very good possibility that the only way to fix your credit is you're going to have to undergo credit surgery.
Mm-hmm.
This is where your bad credit will be surgically removed or repaired, so your situation changes from one sickly credit score to the now healthy credit score. Your credit score is everything you have, folks, and by having good credit, it could save you thousands of dollars in interest payments. Our call-in guests today are Rosie, Arredondo, and Anthony Rainville from Credit Coach LLC, one of the most personable and professional providers of credit restoration in the United States. They are both from the Grand Canyon State Arizonia. Rosie and Anthony, welcome to the New Jersey Real Estate Show.
Thank you for having us, Tim.
Oh,
Thank you, Tim.
You're very, very welcome. By the way, how's the weather out there? Because back here on the East Coast, we are freezing.
Cold.
I hear we're at 100 degrees today.
Wow.
God. Really?
100
Yeah,
degrees
really.
in October?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
I know. That's
That's-
Arizona.
that's unbelievable.
I'm moving down there.
Well, Rosie, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in credit restoration, and then we'll bounce that off to Anthony.
Sure. Basically, how I got into credit repair is I was in the business of the used cars, and I really got tired of the industry and how it was taking advantage of people that didn't have the best of credit. So we started doing a little bit of our own help for clients. We would start them off with the credit repair program and get them into refinancing. And then I slowly progressed into doing it for clients for realtors.
Wow, that's well, yeah, because it's the same thing in real estate. I mean, real estate, I think today, if you're going FHA, which probably is the most liberal for credit score, I think you still need a 520 or 525, something like that, credit score. And if you're below that, unfortunately, you can't buy a home. And Anthony, what about you? How'd you get started in the credit restoration business?
I've been in sales for a long, long time. And then I started working for a company that actually did it. I did that for about 2 years and kind of, learned the tricks of the trade from a very good company, and then decided to kind of branch off and do my own thing with Rosie.
Wow. All right. And you guys have been in business how long now?
6 years.
6 years. Okay. And I'm sure over the 6 years, the business has grown?
Yes, we've actually started out on the East Coast and grew that, and we moved back to Arizona to be closer to my family. So
Okay.
we realized there's a real need for it out here.
Anthony, really, it was the shoveling of the snow, wasn't it, when during the cold winter months?
Not too much shoveling here.
No, I'm certainly. But when is it? I mean, does it start? The weather start getting a little more milder? Like is that scorching heat start to go away? Because Matt may think, my co-host may think about
a little bit of a heat wave. That's why I said hot. But come December, January, I mean, really, the coldest it gets here is probably about 60.
All right.
As far as the high goes. But there's some nights where you might hit 30.
Wow. All right. Well, listen. Try to think back over your 6 years. And if you can share with us a story of someone maybe who had really bad credit and you guys were able to come to the rescue and kind of turn their credit history around. Can you share any of that with our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a client, I would say this is probably about a year ago. We worked with a teacher next door program.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, a lot of teachers these days have a lot of debts due to college education, and unfortunately, it takes them a long time to get out of it because teachers are paid just not enough. So a lady came to me. This is a better example. If this would happen all the time, would be very wealthy. But she gained about 170 points in 2 months.
170 points in 2 months. Wow.
And it mainly has a lot to do with she was just as motivated as we were to improve her credit. She had some extra funds to put towards stuff, which really helps out in the process.
Mm-hmm. So 170 points in 2 months?
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
What if somebody doesn't have extra funds to put towards stuff? Is this not for them? Or is it?
No, not at all. Every case is different.
Uh-huh.
There's so many different aspects of credit that go into it. If I get a client and they have, say, $1,000 max limit for their credit cards, those are easier clients to take care of than, say, if someone has $80,000, they're maxed out on their credit cards, their debt ratio is 30% of their score. So, we can't pay down their debt. That's the only thing we can't do. We can help them remove some negative items. We can negotiate collections for them. Mm-hmm. But so it all depends. Every case is different.
Well, you mentioned removing negative items, and I'd heard of this before where there's, and correct me if I'm wrong, if there's certain things that you can just get pretty much wiped away, right? Like there's certain debts, like maybe say you're in collection for a couple of years with, I don't know, the electric company or something. Am I misremembering this?
No, this is exactly how it works. There's no big trick or secret or anything like that. What happens is we'll get a credit file and we take every single negative that's on there. Under the Fair Credit Act, by law, you're allowed to dispute and make sure that they can prove absolutely everything that's on the credit report.
Okay.
Now, if the credit bureaus come back and say, okay, everything's supposed to be on here, there's really not much we can do except maybe try different angles, different disputes. Mm-hmm. So there's no guarantee to pull something out. But at the same time, the creditors, a lot of the times, do not get back to the credit bureaus within the 30 days. They don't spend the resources to keep it on. Okay. So even stuff that is supposed to be on there gets removed. So really what we're hoping for incompetence or lack of following through. There's so many different ways that things can fall off.
So it's basically like a technicality. It's like somebody who gets their case thrown out in court because they weren't Mirandized.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So Anthony, what are the three major credit bureaus, right? There's three of them?
Yeah, there's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion.
Okay, so when someone comes up with a FICO score, is it an average of all three?
Yeah, typically all lenders take the middle score.
Right.
So you can have a 500 on one. If you have a 700 on the other one and a 720 on the other one, then they're going to take the 700. They're going to take the middle score.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
In credit repair, we look at that also.
Right.
Okay, so you have to attack what you think is the best strategy to get them forward as far as the middle score goes.
All right, now this may be a dumb question. Why does each bureau have a different score?
That was my question. Okay.
Sorry, Matt.
No, that's okay. It's your show.
It's a lot of the times, not everything's reported to all three bureaus.
That makes sense.
Now, also, I've seen plenty of reports where everything's reported the exact same, and the reports are not exactly identical.
Right.
Or the reports are exactly identical, but the scores are not. And sometimes, honestly, you just kind of shake your head. And I've been doing this for 6 years, and I look at 5 to 10 credit reports a day.
Right.
And there's certain times I even shake my head when I look at a credit report.
Right. Right. Hey, Anthony, let's say what's the process from start to finish? Like, let's say I had a client, and I said, look, I have a company that can help you out. They can increase your credit score. That's going to make you mortgage worthy. How does that process begin? And, how long usually on average would that take?
Okay, great question. So this is what would happen. Typically, especially with affiliates, and I'll let Rosie explain that a little bit later, how, the advantages to the affiliates and everything. But so we tell our affiliates, always try to give us the number of the client, because typically if you give them our number, sometimes they procrastinate, sometimes they don't get it done.
Gotcha.
So once we get the number to the client, we contact them. We work out a way to get the credit report, however it may be.
Right.
We don't run the credit. Credit repair companies cannot legally run credit. So we either send them to a site that's $1 and it gives a great credit report that's very similar to a lender's report.
Well, you're going to have to give me that site too.
Once we do that, and also the advantage to that is it doesn't cost them points because they're running their own credit.
Oh, so if someone runs their own credit, then they're not. It's not hindered in any way.
Yeah. Huh.
It doesn't cost them any points whatsoever.
But
so you can run your credit 10 times a day, all day,
right?
And it won't cost you points. But when other people run your credit, that's when it starts costing you points.
But let's say Matt is going. He's applying for several credit cards, and he applies for through 5 different banks for 5 different credit cards. Is that going to drop his score?
Probably about 20 to 25 points. Typically, on something like that, they're going to hit you for about 3 to 5 points each.
So, but why, when somebody else runs your credit, why does that hurt you?
Well, the credit bureaus kind of see it as risk. The first one's not going to hurt you as much, but if they see you're going around trying to apply for a bunch of credit here or there, then they're going to think of you as a risky candidate.
Okay.
So, therefore, that's why the inquiries drop your score.
So, but if you go for, say, what's another situation in life where somebody would have to run your credit, like to rent? A car. Okay. Well, how about like something like to rent an apartment? Because I know that
That's
some
correct.
places do that, right?
They will do that. Yes.
So to rent an apartment, sometimes they'll run your credit. That's going to hurt you too.
Now, the initial 1 or 2 will not.
Okay. So
but
it's
if
just
you keep getting your credit run all over the place, then yes, it's going to hurt.
All right, so
and that's like car dealerships. When we get clients, one of the top mistakes, and I'm sure being in the real estate market, you guys understand this and seen it, is people go apply for a car in the middle process.
Right.
Well, if your credit is not perfect, they're going to go and put it in a system where 10 different banks get a crack at it, and all of them run your credit.
Okay.
And next thing you know, you're losing 30 points because all these banks are paying your credit.
Okay.
All right. So exactly then, your company, you help clients fix their credit, correct?
Yes.
And there's a cost involved for that, I would imagine. You don't work for free, right?
Yeah, and we do have to make something.
Correct. Oh, absolutely. Okay. So, but that's done on a case-by-case basis. So,
yeah, I mean, our cost is pretty standard. We're one of the lowest in the industry.
Right.
We kind of keep ourselves on par with the big Lexington laws and the big companies that do it. But
right.
The difference between us and them is, with them you're going to get some guy in a cubicle that has never seen your credit before.
Right. So you're paying for the experience as well. And a company that has a good reputation.
Our startup fee is typically $149 for the first month, and then $79 each month the client wants to stay.
Okay.
It's no long-term contract. If
Right.
they want to stay, they want to stay.
And you kind of
we have a lot of clients. I have clients that have been with me 6-7 months after they get approved for loans.
Right.
Uh,
So you kind of give them like a report card, like a monthly report card, how their credit score is faring. Is it continuing to go up?
Every client, when they sign up, and I'll get back to the process like
Right.
you asked before. We get the client's credit report. We'll go over the report with them for free. We'll give some advice, tell them what the game plan is, what we're going to try to attack. I'll find out their financial situation, say if I want to negotiate something. A lot of times we can negotiate a collection down with the removal of it.
Right.
So this is all done before we say, hey, do you want to sign up?
Gotcha. Okay.
Then if they agree to sign up, we get them all started and we send them a portal.
Right.
The portal now they can log into at any time and see exactly what's going on. They can get their credit score updates. They can see what's been removed. We can pass files back and forth. There's credit tips and financial calculators all in the portal.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah, it keeps us accountable.
Yeah.
Also, every single letter we send out will be stored in there so that they can see exactly what we're doing.
That's phenomenal, and that's specific to that client.
Yes,
Okay.
Everyone is personal. They actually get a login through their email, and they have to create their own password. So it's definitely a nice program.
Now, Matt's going to ask the $100,000 question.
How much does this great service cost?
It costs to sign up. It's $149, and that covers the first 30 days.
Right.
Okay.
Then each month that they want to stay, it's $79.
And what would
And it's not a long-term contract. There's a lot of people in the business charge $700 to $1,200 to get this going, and they make them stay for a 6 or 12-month program. A lot of the times we get people approved in 30 days, 2 months. So there's no need to sit and stay around for a 6, 12-month program.
Right. So then they don't they can do it month to month after that first 30 days. And what would make them? I mean, I guess it depends on what their situation is that would dictate how long they end up deciding to stay. Right? Is that pretty much how it goes?
Absolutely. And, there's a lot of times that we'll get a client, and this is where we work with the lenders, and the lender says, Anthony, I need 10 points. Well, I'll just tell them, hey, I'll charge a flat $149 for that. If I can't get 10 points in a month, we shouldn't be doing this. And I definitely should be charging them for a 6 or 12-month program.
Okay.
That makes sense. Well, listen, I just got word from our engineer, Peter Cornell. We've reached the midpoint of this episode, and the New Jersey Real Estate Show will return after hearing a few words from our sponsors.
The New Jersey Real Estate Show is brought to you by the law offices of Joseph C. Petriello, located in Wayne, New Jersey. To contact them, call 973-890-7262. That's 973-890-7262. Are you purchasing or refinancing a home? Do you need a free same-day pre-approval? Then call Dean Scaduto from Coldwell Banker Home Loans at 201-322-3456. That's 201-322-3456.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the New Jersey Real Estate Show. We're here with our guests, Rosie Arredondo and Anthony Rainville from Credit Coach LLC, as we continue our discussion on the importance of having and maintaining a great credit score and how to fix it if you don't. During the break, we were talking about how your company can actually help real estate agents and their affiliates. So with that being said, Rosie, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Good. Now, let me ask you a question. What would be the advantage to the real estate agent and or mortgage broker by utilizing or sending these people who have inferior credit to Credit Coach LLC?
Well, there's several of them. Honestly, most of these clients get turned away or told what to do, and what normally happens is they try to fix it on their own and end up making it worse or never come back to that affiliate. By signing up with our program, this affiliate has now got this client, sends their client over to us. They're signed up. They're in their portal. They receive a portal that holds all their clients in there. It gives them updates. So if they ever have a question on what's going on with John Doe, they can click on John Doe's profile. It will give them just a synopsis of what's going on, what's been deleted, how many items are still in there that we're working on. There's never a question on what's going on with their clients. They can contact myself or Anthony anytime, day or night,
Right.
24/7. They are our number one priority. We don't make a whole lot of money on our clients. We make our money on getting everyone clients because they know we do good work. They know we're going to be in contact with them at all times if they ever have a question, even if they just have a credit question. We go into offices all the time and give, talks to their affiliates and go over credit and let them understand a little bit better how credit works. And the affiliate is provided with service they won't get with other companies. We're there for them. We are there to work hard for their client. We get their client back to them as soon as possible. We're not holding their client to a long-term contract. We want all their business, and we want them to have a happy client when we're done.
Right. Now you, Rosie, are a graduate of Arizona State University?
That's right.
Wow. And you have a Bachelor of Science in Economics with a minor in Marketing and Multimedia and Advertisement expertise.
Yeah, I actually started going to school for accounting, and I kind of just slipped into that category.
Okay, great. Well, I'm sure that especially when you're dealing with credit scores and numbers, that's always comes in handy. So,
Yeah.
what does the affiliate actually get?
Well, they're going to get, first of all, when they sign up with us, they're going to get an affiliate portal, which allows them to go in, see everything that's going on with their client.
Right.
Our portal also provides them with a link that they can connect to their own website that basically will give them a button that advertises their clients. If you have bad credit, click here. This allows the client to fill out a little form that goes directly into their portal as well. This automatically sends us a lead. We're contacting their clients all the time. Most of these companies send their clients off to a credit repair service, and very few of them are getting signed up. These companies aren't seeing their client as a person. They're seeing them as a dollar sign. And we take our clients very personable. They get to know us as people. We get to know them as people. These clients are also very happy with our services that they're sending over their friends and family. These friends and family are usually looking for homes, or cars or whatever. And in that exchange, we hand them right back over to the affiliate that can assist them.
Well, I as a licensed realtor for 32 years, there's nothing worse for me than when I have to tell a buyer that because of your credit, you're not going to be able to own a home. So by having a company such as yours as an advocate, that's worth its weight in gold. I'm as a real estate agent, and I will, after this show is over, I will pass the word that if you have clients, these people, there's a very good chance they can take someone who's not financeable and make them financeable and have that person turn into a homeowner, thus living the American dream by owning a piece of America. I think that's outstanding.
Sure, yeah. I have a question.
Right.
Is it true that a lot of these credit repair companies out there actually work for the credit card companies?
I'm sure there's companies out there that might do that, but we're not one of them.
Right.
We're actually the company that works for you, the affiliate, your customer, but we're the ones that a client will come to us. They're still connected to you at all times. Their portal contains your information, your contact, your picture, and they can honestly, they're always aware of who sent us to get the help they needed, who they're going back to, and we're always in constant contact with you as an affiliate. A lot of affiliates see us as their rainy day fund. So they send clients that unfortunately would otherwise be turned away, that they can now, in 2 to 3 months, they know that these clients are now ready to be set up and financially provided a loan and in a home. And these clients are happy because they didn't get robbed by us. They got real great service. They know us by our name. They know a little bit about us. We know a lot about them. And these clients are coming back happy. And I think that makes a big difference.
Oh,
in this
absolutely.
industry.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, companies that do what we do have created a bad image. And we're trying really hard to change that.
Well, I think in any industry, sometimes, unfortunately, people have a bad image, but that's honorable what you're trying to do. And again, word of mouth is going to be your best advertisement.
Right.
I'll give you a quick example because I deal with the clients, and when I had a client last week send me an updated credit report. And it was from a different lender than what they came from. The first thing I did was first say, hey, how come you're using a different lender? And the second thing I did was contact the lender. Hey, this guy has a credit report from a different lender. So they're aware that maybe this guy's trying to work with someone else so they can contact their client. And that's very important to have that type of information.
Right. Well, I did a little due diligence on your company, and what I really like is Credit Coach LLC, that they have one goal, and that's to turn potential clients with credit issues into home buyers. I like that goal.
Yeah.
That's a great goal.
It's a nice way to make a living. You know, you're helping people change their lives, just like you're helping them get into a home that they're going to own and pass down, through their children sometimes, or raise their children in, make memories in. We're providing them with the ability to do that.
That's fantastic. It really, really is.
Yeah.
Matt, you have any other questions?
No, I think I got it.
Well, Rosie and Anthony, I mean, we really appreciate your valued time, especially coming in from Arizona. Not coming in, but calling in from Arizona. In that where you have that heat wave. We're expecting some snow tomorrow.
I guess the only question that I do have is, can I spend the winter at your house down in Arizona?
What's that?
I said the only question that I have is, can I spend the winter at your house down in Arizona? Because I can't handle it.
If I can live in your house in the summertime, you're more than welcome to come with me.
Yeah, joke's on you.
Yeah.
Come on up.
All right. Well, our engineers just told us it looks like we've reached the end of another great episode. Rosie and Anthony, it was both an honor and pleasure having you here on the show today. We thank you for your valued time and sharing your years of expertise with our listeners today on the topic of credit repair and restoration.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it was extremely helpful,
Yes.
informative, and insightful. Rosie and Anthony, what's the best way for our listeners to contact you if they have any type of credit issues or know people that have credit issues, that we can send them to you and you can get them going on the right path?
Yeah, absolutely. The best thing is a direct number to the office. It's 602-206-1492. Once again, that's 602-206-1492. We also have a website. It's www.creditcoachllc.com. That's creditcoachllc.com. And also, if you want to shoot us an email for questions, it's service@creditcoachllc.
Thank you so much, guys. We really, really appreciate it. And make sure you tune in next week, as our in-house guest will be Erica Baldino from Kensington Vanguard National Land Services, which is one of the largest independent full-service title agencies in America. She'll be discussing the importance of title insurance and why it's so important you have it. This will be a very insightful episode, folks, and you don't want to miss it, trust me. As always, we thank you for listening to the New Jersey Real Estate Show, and I'll leave you with this quote. Great leaders aspire to lead and then lead to inspire others. Stay safe, my friends.